Last month, a tribal community in Arunachal Pradesh sent a formal memorandum to their district commissioner. The document reported that the ancestral hills and valleys where they have grazed livestock for generations are no longer accessible to Indian citizens. The memo detailed specific territorial losses. By 2020, Chinese forces had moved into 5 distinct grazing areas in the Upper Subansiri district, claiming land that had previously been used freely by local tribes. Independent analysts used satellite imagery to verify these claims. They found military helipads, solar panel arrays, and concrete bunkers built directly onto formerly Indian land. India operates a billion-dollar intelligence apparatus of border patrols and satellite monitoring, yet the first warnings of this territorial shift came directly from the local residents who abruptly lost their traditional livelihoods. The Indian government's public response remains a consistent cycle of denial. The official stance maintains that no foreign forces have entered or occupied Indian territory. Politicians have dismissed the satellite evidence as old photos. They have repeatedly called for local tribes and analysts to remain silent, while the government promises to conduct its own verifications after the monsoon season. To manage the fallout, officials employ the term differing perceptions. This framing characterizes the loss of land as a mere geographical misunderstanding, effectively masking the incursion to avoid the pressure of military escalation. By prioritizing this political narrative over the physical reality documented on the ground, the establishment protects its domestic image while avoiding direct confrontation with China. This strategy is known as salami slicing. China captures border territory in small, incremental steps to stay below the threshold of full-scale war. The process begins with cartographic aggression, officially renaming Indian locations on global maps to manufacture historical claims. Step 2 involves constructing over 600 dual-use defense villages. These appear civilian, but function as permanent military supply nodes connected by high-speed roads. Step 3 establishes rapid air superiority by upgrading 37 helipads near the border, creating a dense infrastructure network pressing against the boundary. This rapid urbanization stands in stark contrast to India's logistical reality. Indian military convoys must still navigate these rugged, vulnerable mountain roads to reach the front lines. China uses the ambiguity of differing perceptions to its advantage. By building permanent defenses rapidly, they ensure that by the time India registers a protest, the land is already fortified. This meticulously calculated military annexation is executing exactly as planned. The most significant physical threat is a 60,000-megawatt megadam currently under construction just 50 kilometers from the Arunachal border. The project is estimated to cost $130 billion. Once complete, it will be 3 times the size of the Three Gorges Dam, representing a massive consolidation of regional power. This dam provides the capability to control the Brahmaputra River. It grants China the power to choke the water supply or trigger devastating floods in downstream India and Bangladesh. China is engineering the permanent capability to weaponize the fundamental water supply of the entire region. India has attempted to retaliate through high-profile PR moves, such as banning TikTok and over 300 other Chinese digital applications. While digital apps are banned, total trade with China reached $127 billion last year, with Indian exports accounting for only $14 billion. This results in a massive $100 billion trade deficit, transferring a huge volume of Indian wealth directly into the Chinese economy. This capital helps fund the very military equipment, including advanced fighter jets and missiles, that Beijing supplies to Pakistan for use along India's other borders. China's industrial dominance renders superficial app bans ineffective. The core economic relationship remains heavily skewed in Beijing's favor. Despite this trade, China refuses to recognize the passports of Indian citizens living in Arunachal Pradesh. Because they claim the land as their own, they refuse to issue standard visas to the residents who live there. India's digital retaliations do not change the fact that the nation is effectively funding the adversary that is annexing its territory. A severe capability gap is opening. While India remains years away from 5th-generation fighter technology, China is already testing 6th-generation prototypes and advancing in AI and reusable rockets. While China focuses on these technological frontiers, the Indian government remains preoccupied with maintaining its domestic image and repeating its narrative of denial. A nation prioritizing political optics over ground reality cannot successfully counter an adversary executing a multi-decade territorial master plan. The most immediate cost is being felt by border populations, who now face permanent military restrictions on lands they have inhabited for generations. Choosing political appeasement and avoiding uncomfortable truths is allowing China to dictate the new geography of the region. If the official narrative does not align with the physical evidence on the border, this silent invasion will become a permanent fact of the map.